Hey guys, today's video is going to be a book review of The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon, which I read in just a couple of days. For a beefy book like this, that's not unnoticeable, shall we say. I really wanted to talk about it, so here we go. The Priory of the Orange Tree follows 4 main characters from various disparate parts of the world that have been all affected by the coming of the Nameless One, the ancient evil that's been sealed away for a long time, and the world has completely reshaped itself in various different ways in that time, and each of the characters has to deal with different aspects of that. They can largely be grouped into East and West, where the Western characters are dealing with certain ramifications in one specific country that's the center of one religion, that's the main religion in the entire West. And in the East, the 2 characters are having to deal with the ramifications of the same problems, but from a different place entirely, where they are having to deal with the fact that they are regularly around dragons of a different sort than the ancient enemy that's been sealed away is, been going about doing. There's so much good in this book that I could probably talk for hours and hours on if I really wanted to, but I don't. I'm just going to do this little review, and there's so much good in this. I do also want to talk about some criticisms that I have of it, but I'm going to come back to them in a minute. This book is really, really good. It has really distinct cultures and various stuff involving that. It's got various different sorts of magic that work pretty well, and kind of you get an idea of some of them. There's various things to do with LGBTQ plus representation in this that works really well. It's got some really interesting things to say about the role of women in this society. Half of the point of view characters are women, and it really does make them work in ways that you don't often see necessarily. I really, really liked a lot of the character work as well in this. This book does some really interesting things with its characters, and they are really, really good for exploring some of the things that it wants to explore. But it does have issues, and I do want to talk about them now because it does have some things that stop it from being a perfect book. The plot is in places slightly weak, especially towards the end. It's rather anticlimactic when everything's been kind of building up and building up and building up, and then everything goes according to plan at the end, despite the fact that they acknowledge many, many times that it probably shouldn't. Basically, things do go more or less according to plan, which feels a bit weird. There should have been more complications there. Additionally, a lot of the plot does focus on, we're going here to do this. Okay, we're now going here to do this. Okay, we've got to now explain to this new character all of the things that have already happened. But we're going to do that in... I'm telling you this. It's just kind of... It's a bit saggy in places in that regard. I did enjoy a lot of the LGBTQ plus stuff in this, but at the same time, there's also some issue in that it feels like there's homophobia in the setting, and yet there isn't. There's a lot of pressure on Sabran to be dealing with basically heterosexuality and everything, because she's the queen, she's got to have a kid. But it doesn't feel that there's no depth to the fact that she then starts having a relationship with one of her handmaidens. The depth of their relationship, it feels like there was maybe some stuff that the took out in the edit or something, but in general it kind of did feel a little weak, that relationship, as they just start doing stuff. There is relationship build up, but I feel like there was stuff that they should have included more about the sort of feelings being developed between the Queen and her handmaiden a lot sooner. It feels like that could have been developed more earlier in the book, so it didn't feel quite as much of a jump when it happened. Not that I have a problem with it happening, it's really good and I do enjoy some of the stuff to do with it. But it does feel like there needed to be some more to it. There needed to be some more depth. Probably editing and maybe some internalized homophobia at some point, but it could have been a little bit better done. I really did like a lot of the stuff to do with the differences between the cultures, but sometimes it did just feel a little bit like things went too easily. The characters have been deeply divided, and somehow things did just kind of fall into place a little bit too easily to make that start transitioning just a little bit too easily, and it felt like there should have been some more going on. But when a book's this good, you do actually have to struggle on that, and I feel like the world building is probably the best bit of this book. It does a really good job of setting up stuff, and I would love to play like a D&D or just another RPG in this setting. There's some really good stuff in there, but it would need a lot of developing still. There's still a lot that it could have had go on. There's still stuff that I would love to play around with more and really develop, but you know, it's a really interesting read and I really did enjoy it a lot. I don't tend to read books that quickly if they are not enjoyable, so that's what's going on there. That's my thoughts on the Priory of the Orange Tree. I would love to know what you thought, so tell me down there in the comments down below. Get in there, get in the comments, I want to know. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you remember to like and share it and subscribe to my channel. Click on the thumbnails over there to see other videos by me, click on the link in the description down below to join my Discord, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!